When truth is told, shared openly, without filter or editing or embarrassment, one of the most important aspects of it is without embarrassment. When truth is told authentically, meaning, of course, the completeness of you showing up in that moment to express what is true then, it has a great magnetizing force. We've talked before, and Elohim has told you, that as you tell the truth, you raise your vibration. And as you raise your vibration, you become more conscious. Consciousness affects the vibration, of course. But there is something about expressing the actual moment-by-moment truth that you are experiencing. And being able to own that as the expression of your current reality. Now, sometimes this truth is something funny. Sometimes it's something that's more emotionally draining. Sometimes it's something that you wish you didn't have to experience. Sometimes it's just something you're confused about. But there is something to be said very, very powerfully for the idea that you just tell the truth of you, expressed completely and without filter, in situations where you feel like this is something that can be received properly, of course. And then you magnetize the answers, the clarity, the illumination from that position. When you withhold the truth, or you edit yourself, or you say, I can't tell that, or I can't be honest with myself, you restrict the flow of clarity and you restrict the presence of the ensoulment. So the ability to open up, and we are sensing it here in the chest, this opening up that says, this is just the truth. There isn't anything here that is not expressed truthfully, because the truth needs to be owned, expressed, and known. Now, you don't have to necessarily express it verbally, but it is another way of saying what is true now is what is truthfully present in this moment. What is truthfully the expression of me now? What is truthfully alive in me? What is asking for acknowledgement? What is begging for attention? What is true now helps you see the places where the truth of you is covered. By speaking your truth, you come at it from the other angle. Speaking your truth helps clear away the cobwebs of the coping mechanism, of the lies, of the places where you hide yourself. So telling your truth, or asking what is true now, and in essence it's, what am I pretending is true now, reveals the authentic nature of the ensouled self. Now, we won't ask you to speak your truth out loud, but we would invite each of you to ask yourself, what is a truth that perhaps you've been hiding from, or perhaps you haven't said to anyone, or perhaps you want to explore but have not been willing to, or maybe you only think about it when you're alone or going to sleep or something like that. Just while we're speaking here, we'd like you to come up with one truth and keep it to yourself. It's okay. We're not trying to out anybody here. And then as you feel that truth in your body, see, as soon as we said that, the whole part of Veronica's heart chakra started to open, because we're sensing the truth in the room. Okay? So as you tell yourself a truth, rather than hide from the truth that you are afraid of the repercussions. Remember, you don't know anything about it, so there are no repercussions of it. It's simply in this moment a truth that you want to acknowledge to yourself. Now, as soon as we said repercussions, the energy dropped. So let's come back to it again. In this moment, you don't know anything. There is no future. There's only a moment where you can tell yourself a truth. Better, 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 better. Now just hold that place of the truth of you. Something that's true about your incarnation, your experience of your physicality, your experience of your life that you have, let's say, been hiding from. And right now it's safe to just think it without going into the future, without going into what's going to happen if I acknowledge this truth. Sitting in the moment of, this is true about my life. Everybody got one? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, what we're going to do with this is we're going to look at how what we've been calling the truth you tell yourself, or what is true now, coats this authentic expression of you. Where is it that this authentic expression of you is being smeared, let's say, with coping mechanisms? Where are you hiding? What are you using to show the world instead of showing the world this truth of you? Are you able to see a coping mechanism, at least one? And we're asking you to really know. It's not enough just to be conscious of your actions. It's imperative that you experience the truth of the incarnation on all levels. And that is revealed through the tool, what is true now, pointing out static. And what's left behind is your authentic expression. And it's also revealed by asking, what is my truth about XYZ? And then seeing the static that you're using to hide from that truth. None of this stuff, you know, it's always layers of the onion, right? Mm-hmm. And what we're getting at now is a completely new perspective on the things you're afraid of other people knowing. Mm. We think that's really the focus they had tonight, is the things you don't want anybody else to know. Those things about you that you would normally have kept hidden. Which, in order to release your authentic expression, you can't be lying to yourself. And if you are unable to release your authentic expression, it's going to be really challenging for you to move into Homo Spiritus. Mm-hmm. So it's where are the holdout places where I'm telling myself stories about who I am? Where are the holdout places? And they, you know, they're going to be in the big five, right? Sex, money, relationships, health, and what's the other one? Health, body. And we always had 5 before. Sex, money, relationships. We did money. Anyway, maybe there's only 4. Traditionally, they're going to fall into those categories. So, you know, where am I lying to myself about my marriage? And the word lying is such a triggering word, but we're using it on purpose because, in essence, you're lying to yourself if you know your marriage isn't working for you and you don't say that to yourself. If you pretend, where are you pretending? Where are you pretending? You know,